Let's go! Yeah! For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This one is on the big red Cosmo. If you watched the last video, you recall had a apex seal issue after I ripped a skid to impress a young kid at Christmas time. Anyway, engine is all fixed. There was a video on that build. I kept it all stock, bar set of aftermarket apex seals into it. We sort of put a set of pro seals in it, and yeah, a bit odd putting something together which is unmodified. Generally everything we do is all out modified, but the engine's in the car, and we've loaded up a base map in it. We've got it fired up. What we did do is a few other mods whilst the engine was out and going back in. The original twin turbos, they're gone. I think we couldn't make any more than about 13 pounds of boost last time we were on the dyno, and I figured if I'm putting, the engine was out, it was getting freshened up, I put aftermarket apex seals in it, I'll probably be able to push it a little bit harder. So that being said, I've gone to a single G42. I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you what we've got. So gone are the twins, like I said. We've got a Pulsar G42 on there with a 60mm HKS wastegate. I wanted to keep it kinda original stockish looking, so nothing on the outside other than the wheels was changed. Kept the factory airbox, made a intake pipe which goes from 3.5 to the 4. Cooler pipes, I kept the original cooler in there, just made a set of cooler pipes up. Actually I kept that one's the factory side cooler pipe, it was really only turbo into the factory cast pipes. The original intercooler still resides in the front there. Yeah, we also switched over to a haltech Elite 750 ECU. Dump pipe wise, we went 4" off the turbo. Now this car had a twin 2¼ titanium system on it, so we've now got a 4" and then we join into an X pipe which comes out of the twin 2¼ keeps that rest of that titanium exhaust system intact. The Cosmos are commonly plagued with dash issues and electrical issues, so we've put an IC7 dash in. I took out the original dash. If anyone familiar with the Cosmo knows they've got this big plastic screen which goes side to side. You'll have a trip meter, etc., all over this side. So I've taken everything out from behind it, kept the tinted plastic, and sat the IC7 dash in front. I was having an issue with the fuel gauge flickering. Something else was also messing up a little bit. But so rather than, I thought about sending the dash off with the TMC unit and having them redone, but for the $1,000 odd it was going to cost, it was, you know, potentially it could have even been a wiring issue. So the IC7 now fixes that issue. Everything is hooked up to the IC7, so you got blinkers, handbrake, everything, aircon and everything all now comes up on the dash. The TV nav units don't work out here, so put a CD player in it with a sub in the back, some 6x9s, just to bring it up to date a little bit more, make everything so it works. Nothing worse than having stuff in the cab that doesn't work, like a dash or a radio. the the engine was out, I also got a converter made for it. I had Dominator do a 4500 stall for it, kept the electric lockup. So, and also then sent the valve body out from the trans and had Keys do his bit on that. So now it's a manually shifted 3-speed with the electric lockup. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes on the dyno. The box stand is a little bit, I mean, they're a luxury car, so it's a little bit of a slush box. Very smooth, not super exciting, so interested to see how that goes. Speaking of dyno, I'll go and put this on the dyno now, and we'll put a bit of it doesn't really need a running tune, but what I'll do is I'll go easy on it for 5 minutes and make sure everything is working correctly and there's no issues or underlying problems that might still be around before we turn it up. Might drive it. If I dyno it tonight, I'll drive it to and from work for the next week or two. Yeah, it probably puts maybe 30 or 40 k's a week on it at the most, but if anything's an issue, I'm sure it'll pop up in that time, and then I can put it on the dyno, and I'll probably, I mean, I don't have any flex fuel on it. I kept it pretty simple, just on pump 98. So yeah, I don't know, we can get 15 to 20 pounds out of it, see what it makes. Alright, let's get this thing on the dyno. just a quick lap up and down the road. I don't claim to be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I have no doubt I am going to lose my license. That absolutely rips. Yeah, that's like 10 pounds. Wow. Can't wait to actually put on the dyno now and put some more boost into it. Man, that blows me away. That converter and just manually shifting the box with that turbo, like that's near bang on perfect. The response is awesome. That low down torque. Yeah, probably one thing that also I didn't like about the stock Cosmo is it just got nothing down low. That's completely transformed the car. That flies. Yeah, I better close the door and put this away before someone calls the cops.